Welcome back to computer science. Yesterday we learned about what? We learned about the continue statement, which is a statement within a loop that causes basically the interpreter to go back up instantly to the header and start the next iteration of the loop. I think that's a pretty simple way to describe it. Then we learned about what? Enumerate. So the enumerate function appears to be mostly used, if only used, really for for loop headers, and it allows you to basically get both the index and the value of the sequence type in which you are looping with a for loop, or iterating through, or whatever you're doing. Enumerate unpacks the sequence type. So unpacking is basically making multiple assignment statements, or assigning multiple containers to values with one statement. And the names are separated by commas on the left side. You got an equal sign, which is gets, and then you've got the values, the sequence type. Essentially, that's going to be I'm not sure if strings work for that. Maybe if you, I don't know, actually. I don't know. If you can do that with a string, if you can unpack a string, probably not. But anyway, that's that. Right, break and continue can make code simpler. Well, it does. It typically reduces the amount of writing you need to do, but they should only be used when their use is obvious to the reader. Okay, enumerate. All right. That is lecture 16. In the books, here are so far lectures 1 through 16. I mean, this is an enormous amount of papers. It's got weight to it. So now it's actually spring break, but that's not going to hinder us. We're going to go ahead and there's an assignment due Thursday, so we'll start that now, which is the programming projects from last week's material. So we'll be back in a little bit to recall what I did. All right, so we just completed a program working with dictionaries. So we did a few things with the dictionary. We checked if a given name was in this contact list with a contact name and contact address. We checked if the contact name was in there. How do we do that? I forgot, but use membership operator, not membership operator, so in. So that's something I remembered how to do. We added a new key value pair to the dictionary. How do you do that? Dictionary name, and then within brackets, the new key, gets, or equal sign, new value. Deleting an item from a key value pair from a dictionary, you can use del space dictionary name. What do you do after that? Equal sign maybe, and then the key. I don't know. I didn't use that. I forgot that. I used .pop. I used dictionary name .pop and then the key name, and then we printed the whole dictionary, which you just print and then dictionary name. So that was most of the time. Now we're working on a project, a program in which a user types a symbol, and then he types a number, which is the height, and that will produce a right triangle made out of those symbols with that height. So if it's a 3, say star symbol 3, so height of 3, Star symbol is the symbol you want to make it out of. So it'll be essentially what will be printed out as a star with a space. The next line will be a star space, and then the next line will be star space, star space, star space, and that's a right triangle. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Using a for loop to basically create the next new line, add that to the triangle, and then eventually print the triangle. So we'll see if I can get that. I think I've gotten most of the difficult things to think through done, so that should just be pretty clean when I come back to later today to finish that up. So that's it for today. Talk to you, or that's not it for today. That's it for now. I'll talk to you later today. See you. Welcome back to computer science. Earlier I was working on a program for the right triangle. I'm going to jump back into that, so talk to you in a bit. All right, so we finished the program, finished 3 programs, I think. The first one was drawing that right triangle, finished that one. Then we built a program that basically counted, or you input a string and it outputs the number of characters, except it doesn't count for the characters that are not spaces, exclamation points, periods, or commas. So if it's a character other than that, in a string you'll count it, but it won't count these. Fairly simple, like 5 or 10 line code program. And then another program was emphasizing incremental programming from scratch. You want to input a height variable, a width variable, and then it will output that rectangle or square, rectangle. I think a square is a rectangle, so that rectangle of in asterisks that you specified. After that, it will also take an input for a right triangle width, and from there, at the end of that rectangle, it'll make a right triangle with the width given. But you have to create a while loop, sentinel controlled loop, in which you must enter the arrowhead width to be, essentially, it's got to be greater than the width of the arrow body, so the base. So you're creating like a arrow out of asterisks. That's it for today. I was going to go into Canvas and catch up on announcements and stuff since it's a new week, but AWS is down or something, so I couldn't get in. But that's probably what I'll do tomorrow, because we now have 3 more programs to do by Thursday, and it takes me not that much time to do them, so we'll be ahead of schedule. So that's it for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you.